Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel and happy holidays! At least that's when I'm expecting to be posting this video. By the time this video comes around, the holiday is in full season and I'm ready to kickstart off this holiday, have some Christmas fun vibes with the Christmas musical tag. I was lucky enough to be tagged by one of the original creator of this tag, Renee at Beyond Books. She co-created this tag with Daniela at Uncommon Reader, and then I was later again tagged by Ellen at the LMAO book club. So as always, thank you to all these wonderful booktubers who included me in this wonderful Christmassy season and the Christmassy vibes with this tag. And as always, all their information and also their tag videos will be linked down in the description. And without any further ado, let's head right into the tag. Okay, I attempted to sing these melodies and then I realized I'm not very good at singing, so we're gonna scrap that. The first prompt is Joy to the World, a book that brings you so much joy you wish the whole world would read it. So after reflecting and reviewing all the books that I read in 2024, I would have to say Blue Flag, the manga series, is what made my heart so full and brings me happiness just to see the character growth, the character development, and all the moral dilemmas that they face and the decisions that they make from it. This was originally a recommendation from Lauren at Love Lauren, so she does not miss with her recommendations. I don't know what to say. I absolutely loved reading the series. This manga really portrays a realistic high schooler's slice of life moments. You get to see a lot of the problems that arises in the friend groups. You get to see relationships and sexuality. I really felt like the author's execution on how the problems are handled and dealt with, the hard conversations that the character have, was extremely well done. And if you guys are interested in hearing more about this manga set and what I thought about the whole series, you guys can check out my July and September monthly wrap-up. Prompt 2 is Let Us Know, a book that takes place in a snowy, cold environment. Honestly, I'm so glad that I read Love Life Farms and Beartown in the recent weeks. Otherwise, I don't think I would have had an answer for this question. I don't really pick by season, but I just think it's funny that I had to go through my whole list of everything I've read, and genuinely, there's nothing that really took place in a snowy environment until Love Life Farms and Beartown. But I'm gonna have to go with Beartown because the snowy environment is really a big plot point in the book. It is what keeps the community and the driving force of the book together, because the book is actually centered around hockey, and the reason why hockey is so big in Beartown is because of its icy cold nature. The frozen lakes make the perfect place for kids, teens, and adults to practice and play hockey on. So Beartown is the solid pick for a cold, snowy environment. Prompt 3. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, a book with a mean character or one that you just didn't like. This prompt was so easy for me to pick out. I knew exactly what character from what book in my 2024 reading that I absolutely, disgustingly, vehemently hate. His name is Agamon and he's in Clytemnestra. I am his biggest hater. I genuinely don't think he has one single redeeming quality or redeeming trait. His character was so good that I can't help but be his biggest hater. He is just an extremely evil character who's willing to kill, manipulate, and hurt others just to get to his goals. You can call him ambitious, but I'm gonna call him a crappy, mean Grinch and a terrible human being. I hated Agamon. And I would like to say the people that I buddy read this with, aka Shuba, Chelsea, and also Ellen at the LMAO book club, who started that book as a book club read. Yeah, I don't think any of us would disagree that he's a terrible character. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever hated a character this much in a long time. Every time he shows up on paper, I can only think, what is he going to do now? What kind of atrocity is he going to do? He just makes me genuinely so mad to think about. He's honestly such a well-written character to make me hate him this much. I think that's pretty impressive. Whoever originally wrote the myth, I'll give you the props for that. That's a very well-written character to make us despise and absolutely hate him. Moving on to prompt number 4, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, a book releasing soon you cannot wait to read. There's a lot of new great releases in the first third of the year, but I'm gonna focus on 2 that are being released very close to the beginning of the year. The first one up is Onyx Storm, which is the 3rd book in the Empyreans, aka the Fourth Wing saga. I've only read Fourth Wing, and you guys haven't heard me talk about Fourth Wing because I read it in November, and I don't think a November monthly wrap-up is gonna come up until the end of December again. So you guys won't really know how I feel about it, but just to catch you guys up to speed, I really enjoy the dragons, the world, plot, the politics. So Genuinely, I'm really interested in the plot. I'm definitely going to try to finish Iron Flame before Onyx Storms come out because I want to know exactly how the world is laid out, what kind of plot Yaros has planned for us. So I just need to catch up on the world ASAP. The next book that's also on my radar is Deep End, aka Wet by Ali Hazelwood. It is scheduled to be released early February. I don't know if I'm gonna pre-order it yet because it's a sports romance and I don't know how I feel about sports romance just yet. I haven't read any, but I'm not into sports, so I don't know if I'll enjoy it. Maybe I will just pre-order it. I don't know. She is an auto-buy author, but since my last read from her, which is Two Can Play, I'm kind of just feeling whatever about it now, so I think I'll take it slow and just buy it when I see it in stores. Prompt 5, 12 Days of Christmas, a book with short stories. I actually haven't read any books this year that is a collection of short stories or just short stories in general, even novellas. So I had a hard time thinking of an answer to this, but I did decide that I was going to read The Liar, the King, and the Libertine in 2025. This is a collection of short stories and poems from 3 different authors. One of these authors was an old high school English teacher, and I purchased this initially when she published it to support her, and I genuinely haven't gotten around to reading it, and it's been well over a decade now, so I thought it would be a great time to just pick it up and read. I don't think they even have any reviews on Goodreads yet, so I'm excited. I think I'm gonna pick it up next year, sometime next year, just slowly go through it, slowly read it, and see what kind of stuff that my old high school teacher used to write, along with some of her writing buddies. I have no idea what to expect from this, except that it's a collection of poems and short stories, and it fit perfectly into prompt number 5. Prompt 6 is Little Drummer Boy, a book that brings back childhood memories. The Dimwood series by Ivy just screams childhood to me. I can distinctly remember getting my first library card, running across the stacks, and trying to find every book in the series because our teacher read the second book in the series, and I just needed to know what happened next and what happened before all of this. To me, it will always be a fantastic adventurous read, following a mouse on her adventure in the Dimwood Forest, and in the Dimwood Forest, she meets both friends and foe, and I just distinctly remember grabbing those books, bringing them home, and practicing my English by opening them and reading them out loud. I just remember reading the whole series, and honestly, I felt like I read the series so many times as a child, specifically book 2 and book 3, that I still have a good vague idea of the whole story to this day. So it just goes to show how much of an impact the series had on me as a child. That book itself screams childhood to me, and probably why I love all the cutesy little animal stuff. Moving on to prompt number 7, Deck the Halls, a book that has a party scene or takes place during the holiday. The book with the holiday scene that really stood out to me is actually King of Sloth, and nothing to do with the billionaire book boyfriend, but with the girlfriends that Sloane has. I truly really loved it because it was a brief holiday surprise gathering for Sloane with all of her friends who made sure that she didn't spend the holidays alone. The friends realized that she was going through a rough time in general and decided to reschedule all of their holiday plans so that they could spend Christmas, or maybe it was the day after Christmas, with her, just watching rom-coms, eating popcorn, and drinking wine. And I felt like that act of kindness surrounding the holidays really stood out to me. So that scene really stuck to me, and I thought it was the perfect answer for this prompt. Prompt 8, and the final prompt for this Christmas Bookmas music tag, is Frosty the Snowman, a book with a cold and or calculating character. The character that stood out to me to be cold and calculating across all the books that I've read in 2024 has to be the killer in The Perfect Marriage. This might be the first time you've heard about this book on my channel. It is because I actually read it in November, and November monthly wrap-up hasn't gone up yet. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil to you who the killer is, but just know when the killer is revealed, you can really see the cold calculating aspects of this character, and it just solidified to me that this character is cold and calculating, whereas unlike other thriller and mystery books that I've read recently, I felt like those were more emotionally driven and on impulse, versus The Perfect Marriage where everything was planned out and was done for a reason, and the way that it was executed was very meticulous, and I can't help but picture this prompt with the killer in The Perfect Marriage. Finally, we have an optional bonus prompt. Do you have a fun memory or an interesting tradition you would like to share? It does not have to be about Christmas, and it could be about any holidays that you choose. In the past couple of years, my husband and I have started a holiday tradition of building Christmas-themed Lego set around the holidays with his family, and I'm going to show you what Lego set we picked out this year. This year, we are building Santa's post office, and let me show you the ginormous box that I have. This is it. Every year we bring a themed holiday Lego set to his parents' place, and we will all try to take turns to build the most parts as fast as possible as a competition with each other to see who can finish and who can build the most amongst all of us, while having to share the Lego pieces and also sharing the pamphlet that it comes with to build all the different parts. Every year we bring a couple of Lego sets depending on how big the set is, and we distribute it amongst the four of us. At this point, I think we have a pretty big holiday collection already. We try to get matching sets for the holiday so we can just slowly add to our collection. And I think this is a tradition that we will be continuing as long as Legos keep creating brand new Lego sets around the holidays. Alrighty, I think this is it for the Christmas music tag. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time, day, night, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching my video during the busy holidays. Have you guys read any of these books? And do you agree with me attaching the characters, the scenes, the books with the prompts? Let me know down in the comment section. The video did go up a little bit later than I anticipated because honestly, I've been a little bit lazy, but I had fun nonetheless answering all of these questions and trying to match the books with the questions themselves. So got my brain working a little bit thinking about all the books I have read this year. I encourage everyone to do this tag, even if it's a little bit past the holiday season. I still think the questions will work regardless, and we can keep the holiday joy stretched out just a little bit longer. Once again, I want to thank Renee at Beyond Books and Daniela at Uncommon Reader for starting this tag. And now I'm just gonna do a quick rapid fire session tagging all the people that I've seen done Christmas Bookmas-esque videos in case you guys are looking for ideas for your 25 days of Bookmas or just a video to do during the holidays. The first one up is going to be Jessie at Jessie is Reading. The next person is Shuba at Shuba Reads Book. Then I'm going to tag Chris at Chronically D. I haven't tagged her in a video in a hot minute. And last but not least, Brooklyn at Brooklyn's Library, because I know she has a million tags to do, and I'm just adding another one onto the list because I'm kind of chaotic like that. And I think she's going to do a mass film of all the questions, and I want to see where this one slots in, if it's gonna be one of the newer videos or one of the later videos. And I just want to see her answer this question probably like mid-June or something like that. I don't mind it. I think it'll be fun, and it'll keep the vibes going and keep the tag circulating until Christmas of next year. And if you want to do this tag, once again, please do this tag. You do not need to be tagged. I'm 100% sure in Renee's video she says you're tagged, you're tagged, you're tagged, everyone's tagged. And my voice is slowly dying, so I'm gonna stop my yapping here. I remembered I said I was going to mute myself a little bit so I don't ruin my voice, and here we are again. So stopping the video here. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I hope you are having a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.